Hey there, LEGO fans. Welcome back. Alex here. In this video, we are continuing coverage of the LEGO City rebuild of the industrial side of the city of Minneapolis, which is basically from the edge of that table here all the way to the other side. And we've made some progress. I think this is part 6. So we got to get down there. We're getting down there towards the end of this rebuild. There's a lot of things that I'm happy with and solidified. As you can see, the train yard, the docks here all look really good. Happy with the new airport runway and tarmac. That's probably what we're going to start building in this update, is all of this up here, kind of get that cleaned off. Now this is going to be, I still think this is going to be relatively blank. We opened up a lot of space here because of what we did with the tarmac and that runway over there. This is kind of an opportunity for future builds, so we might keep those lots clear. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But once we get that done, it shouldn't take that much time, we're going to start working on this area. That is right. This is like the final area to get done here. I'm nervous about it because it's going to be, I have no idea what it's going to look like, honestly. It's just trial and error at this point. Right now, it's just a big mess because I use this as my work desk. So I want to make sure this is the last part I work on, so it's holding all of my spare parts as I continue to construct other areas around it. As you can see here, we have a lot of trees sitting in the water. I wanted to do work on making this area more green, so it's not so gray and depressing like it was before. So these should definitely help in that regard. And what's really cool about this update is just today, as I'm making this video, LEGO announced the new Ninjago modular, which is, I think, Ninjago City Markets, and it looks fantastic. It's huge. It's on two 32 by 32 base plates. I'm very excited to pick that thing up, and yes, we will be adding that to the city. As you guys know, I have the 3 predecessors here waiting to go back into the city, and yes, all of these are going to go back in, including the new one that'll be coming out here on June 1st. So, wow, it's crazy. And also, the new summer city sets look fantastic too, and I think a lot of those would actually look good in the city here too. So as we continue to do this update and rebuild, we're actually looking at getting more modern LEGO City stuff in here as well. So very excited to see how this ends up. I have no idea. I mean, as I start these rebuilds, it's trial and error. I just kind of figure out, okay, that sounds like a good idea, or that looks bad, or that looks good. A lot of your comments and suggestions help me on that journey as well. So keep them coming. For now, I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down. Let's go ahead and turn the time lapse on and see what we can get accomplished in part 6. So that's going to wrap up this update here. As you can see, we had a nice bump in these road plates here. So I was able to finish up this tarmac. Well, not finish it. As you can see, there's still a lot of gaps where I need to add some of the dark gray tiles there. But this was made possible by a donor, a very generous donor who reached out to me regarding the rebuild and offered me a lot of his extra road plates. As you can see here, there's a lot of extra ones here that I haven't used quite yet, but I will make good use of all of these in other projects. And as you can see, that made a huge difference in the runway and the tarmac area here. So man, just a big thank you again for the donations. And it wasn't just the modern road plates. There was other road plate donations too down here that I received. I'll put those to good use too. Those aren't even old. I mean, those are still relatively new in my opinion, but these are, you know, the big deal now, I guess. But yeah, he also had a lot of the striped tiles there, so I made good use of those and trying to kind of divide it all up into sections of the tarmac there. I guess this could be a secondary runway, or if it needs to be, but that was kind of where the old runway used to be, wasn't it? Right that way, but now we've got the main one right there, and I got lights set up. You can see little lights are kind of on the edges around the runway and the perimeter here, making good use of those. So we can see where the edge is. I don't know if I'll actually put a barrier up there or not, but I did put the fencing up right here. I don't know if this fence is going to stay here or not, but it probably needs to be more substantial to kind of keep people out from the from running out there, right? Anyway, so all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this now. This area right here, I wanted to make it a little bit more substantial for people to be walking through. So there's a lot more room here. As you can see, I got the Amelia Earhart tribute gift with purchase set. I finally found an excuse to get that out, so that is built and that is there outside of the airport. I thought that was a better use of that set than what was there previously. I also got the train out there, the crocodile. I don't know if that's going to stay there. I just saw an opportunity to fit it there, but it is kind of crowding the airport shuttle station. We'll see if it fits there or it stays there or not. It might end up going down to the lower section, which is still a giant mess. But check this out. This was the other big news here. I moved the airport further away because there was a great comment about the airport. I'm sorry, I keep calling that the airport. It's the hospital. The hospital was in close proximity to the airport, and that's just not realistic. But I wanted to see if I could scooch it away, and that meant moving it down the hill a little ways. So I worked on the foundation here quite a bit, as you saw in the time lapse, and I was trying to get it as level as possible, and I achieved that as best as I can with Lego anyway. And that allowed a great big space here. Well, not about big, but a sizable space here between these two mocks. And as you can see, we have some awesome real estate right here to add something in the future. Maybe even modulars could go here. So there's some great breathing room that I finally got for this upper section here. And yes, it does mean that the front road here in front of the hospital is on an angle, but it was like that before, but it doesn't bug me too much. So there's a little bit of an alleyway there behind it, so we've got some parking for emergency vehicles there if they need it. Everything else is still the same with it. It's just kind of moved a little bit further back and is almost kind of part of the downtown area, isn't it? It's very, very close, but that gives us some versatility with this area here. And I'm very excited for the amount of space this has opened up. I didn't go crazy with the details. I got a few cars out just to kind of give us a kind of a reference of what that would look like here. And even if we wanted to keep growing this area, we could totally move over into this area, move this road over. We don't even need that many road plates there. So there is a lot of extra room in there, mostly because of that runway and the extra base plate space right here. That I need to create a ramp next. So, and yeah, that is going to be next. So I'm going to leave it as it is right now, and I'm going to start working on the next section down here. That'll be the next update, which is kind of a shame because I got to start cleaning up a lot of these pieces down here. It's been my work area, my workbench, so to speak. So, but yeah, we're getting there. I think we're almost there, and of course, a lot of the new city sets are out, and we have the new Ninjago City markets that's out, and I'm thinking this is going to be filled with those particular sets. I'm very excited to see this, how this all comes together. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Again, thank you for reaching out to me on your generous donations for this project. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the comments and suggestions on the rebuild. It's always fantastic stuff. And I'll hopefully have a new update here soon. But of course, in the meantime, I'll probably have a lot of video reviews of those new summer sets that are coming out next month. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.